it showed people that I could get the job done, whatever the job was. And that gave me an opportunity to go for it.
Pour into it.
Who am I to take my own personal opinion and somehow insert it into a policy position that affects me?
Also an ecosystem of people around me who have made like my trajectory possible.
The marriage about yourself. You all get feeling.
Because you don't know nothing.
I'm still a firm believer on finding out how people learn.
I had a lot of fear.
I can't believe you did this to me. And I'm like, wait a minute, what did I
People
do?
don't always know how to deal with disability.
Hey, it's Melissa.
Leaders have figured out how to lead through the dismantling.
Mom and dad have been married 40, 50 years, but they don't spend quality time
What
together.
this time and space is for us to build.
But until you physically experienced it and were immersed in it, then that's when you felt something different.
That is no, thank you.
I know.
And people don't reach out. Just because they'll reach out doesn't meet your expectations.
You're still in air. No one can take that away from you. But we have the opportunity to own that. And that can change absolutely everything for our lives.
Finding the balance between excellence and perfection, I think, is one lesson.
Welcome to Leadership Live, Season 5.
That is, I think that some people don't think they're worthy of that. I think some people do not believe that they are worthy of having time that does not feel like work. Like they feel like they haven't accomplished something because it wasn't hard fought, or it wasn't grueling, so I haven't really done it. Baby, you can do all kinds of things for
Yes.
you can
You really can.
so
You
much
really can.
freely and in a clear flow. It can flow out.
Yeah.
And those are usually those things that you were purposed to do.
Yes. Yeah. And that is where I like for my set point to be. That's my set point now. If it doesn't flow, if it doesn't feel aligned with my purpose, I'm working on doing a better job of saying no with my whole chest. The answer is no. Unfortunately, I don't have the bandwidth to do that at this time. And also, if it doesn't align with my my pocketbook, and those coins, I feel very, very empowered now, and I didn't always. I feel very empowered to say, unfortunately, unless you can meet my rate, I will not be able to move forward with this project.
Yeah. Now, let me tell you, that's something that in my entrepreneurial spirit, in my conscious entrepreneurship, that I have had to sit down and talk to her. Like, boo, let's sit down. Let's talk this out. Because either you want this freedom or you don't.
Yes.
And because that was my whole push to enter this space, I wanted freedom. I felt like I was in bondage by working for other people, for making other people's things amazing. And I realized that none of that was for myself or even my fullest purpose. I won't say, I think about being a school principal. I got to open a school. Like it is one of the incredible things I've ever done. And it was,
and also you were so like the thing. First of all, let me just give a moment to just shout out my sis, because I don't know anyone who was the age that Renita was when she got to open a school as the principal of said school. I was like, she's doing this. She is doing this. She is running a school. She has opened a brand new school, and most principals are 40 plus.
Yes.
Ma'am, how old were you?
I had just turned 31.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're going to give applause, okay? Everyone, we're giving applause.
Actually, was I 31 yet? No, when I got
I
the
was
job.
saying you were 30, right?
I was 30. I was 30 when I got that job.
What principal you know was 30 years old?
Yeah.
I don't know very many at all. So this is that just a testament to the amount of go for it Miss Thing has over here.
Yeah.
The amount of time management, empowerment, communication skills. Also, she was like pre-doctorate.
I was.
So,
I finished my doctorate the same year we opened the school. So we opened the school in August. I defended my dissertation that July after.
Y'all, this is the description, the physical representation of go for it leader, and she's always been this way, always.
Well, and I've had a lot of fostering for this though.
You have, however, you can, and this is a key because a lot of people have mentors, you know, people who are shepherding the gifts that are, you know, within people. But it's just like when they tell us in the arts, she just has it. You just have it. Like, it's always been the thing. It's like, give Renita the mic. She needs to give the hygiene conversation to the students because they stink. Okay, we need to let them. They smell bad, and we need to let them know how to handle themselves. Give Renita the mic. You know, she's always had it.
That is so. But it is true. It is true. That talk it's gone down in infamy. It's great, and even now. I am with another organization, which we laugh all the time. Like, we go places and there's the assumption that I already know if anybody's going to speak today, the owner, this is so funny. She says, I'm not speaking anymore. I'm done. Renita will speak for us from now on. And people think ownership in this organization. I do not. I tell people all the time, I have no power. I don't know why y'all think I got power. I know why you think I got power because I talk about it. I talk about the organization, but I have no power here, but I will talk. But yeah, I have with some new people who say, "Oh, you need somebody to say something? Give Renita the mic."
She got it.
She's got it.
She got it. Yeah.
There's no proofing of the speech. We just trust that whatever
she has
the
words. She didn't. You told her when she showed up. Okay, she's got it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to prep her
now. She's got it.
Right. She's ready.
She's prepared, even if she's not. Yes, she is.
Hello, everyone.
Greetings. Hello. Hope you're doing amazing today.
Exactly.
Right there.
Exactly.
I will say, so I do believe that is a God-given talent. And it's a talent in itself to be able to do that. But then your inner goal for it. And then you have people who consistently gave you opportunity to be in those situations and just having to rise to the occasion. Yeah. I'll talk about one of our mentors that we share, Lisa McKeever. She started preparing us in high school for the lives we were going to live now, and we did not know it. And we've had
no idea. No idea.
I think at some point in time we were doing it and didn't know we were doing it. Yeah. But it was the thing that she instilled specifically in both of us to be able to do, and that is this idea of producing.
Whew. Did not know this woman was teaching me how to produce. Had no clue. I just knew I wanted to be around it. I loved what she was doing. I loved putting the cards on the table and shuffling around. I loved putting the program together. I like what?
Right.
Had absolutely no
idea.
Clue.
And why? Annette too. It was Annette. Annette was right behind Ms. McKeever. She worked with Ms. McKeever. And after Ms. McKeever said, I'm gonna take a nap and I'm tired of this. Y'all take over. I'm in my resting period. Come on, resting era.
I'm on.
And she handed this torch to Annette Lehman, and Annette said, "Oh, great. I know those two." And they made sure that not only did we know about the cards and shuffling the cards and setting the show orders, but also that we knew every aspect of what we were doing. And these two women put us in every position. So we went from the student to the assistant choreographers, to the counselors, to we were
technical. We knew how to put an entire set together. We knew how to make props. We knew
we knew how to put them on the table. We knew how to wrap a cord properly. Come on, more stupid. Don't you put that thing around your elbow. I wish you would.
You're not doing this.
What you're not doing is that ever in your life. Never ever. We knew how to get to places expeditiously. We knew
on
how
time.
to show up on time, which was to be early.
Yes.
We knew how to be on in every single aspect. And they saw in us. They saw and they nurtured these seeds, honey. They planted seeds, they nurtured seeds. They did all the things, and in conjunction with the rest of our village.
Yeah.
And these two women in particular, when I think about, our mentors together, they shifted us.
1,000%. 1,000%.
Hello, I am Dr. Renita L. Webb.
Ready to not only be poured into, but to also pour out today. Doing our best, our very best, to be on time. Hello, somebody say on time.
When you had something that was given to you that you thought was your gift, and you found out it was for everybody.
And I remember Sister Vanessa, one of her friends, told me, some more to see the wretch. At that time, I didn't know what the wretch was. I didn't know what wretch meant, but I knew she shouldn't have been there.
How to have those feelings and to crank up those emotions within you to say, oh, that really wasn't right.
I did better in my car than I do in my shower, but now the only thing better in my car would have just been in the car. Unless my jam comes on, then I don't care who's in the car. We're going to take them off for you.
It's the reason why, like, people ask me now, when I'm doing interviews for new jobs or, putting proposals together for other people, I'm like, what do y'all really need? Because I learned being thrown to the wolves. I learned everything. So the only thing that I don't want to do is budget. So I don't want to do that. So, I can oversee the budget. I can make sure that we don't overspend, but I don't want to be looking at a spreadsheet. That is not my ministry.
Right.
But if you need creative, if you need to know how to get from point A to point B, if you need talent, if you need, anything else, I'm happy to provide that for you. These women set us up to be able to do that with ease, with flow, without even, like, it's not even a second thought now.
Right.
It just flows.
Right. And to be able to have experiences. And I think that when we were talking about this idea of conscious entrepreneurship, and it's a lot of it has to do with experience and exposure to, and, this is the beauty of people talking about, why do I have to do an internship? This is why.
Yes.
And these translate into so many different spaces. So, we both have been connected to the entertainment industry ever since, but where Stephanie's main course of business has been entertainment, and I am directly and indirectly involved in entertainment, right? But for a point in time, my industry was specifically and very heavily education. That's all I did. Yeah. And same principles rang true from producing a show or a new organization to producing a school. These exact same principles applied. And because of our shared experience in this thrown to the wolves moment, we didn't feel like the wolves would consume us when we got to new places where we weren't so covered.
Yeah.
And as an entrepreneur, you have got to get over the fact that there are wolves there.
Yeah, it is. I think it is low key having to have an inner wolf yourself. It is understanding, because we recognize game. We can see it a mile away. And so wolves bullies, people who's going to try to throw you off your game, life just life doing its thing. Um, because those things are the moments that really challenge us to grow, to become an even greater leader, to become an even greater entrepreneur, to have more foresight, to have more intuition as it pertains to, oh, I needed to that hit my blind spot. I need to we learned a lesson here.
Right.
And I need to mentally tighten up in this one particular area. So I find that you got to kind of have to have that inner one.
Yeah, a show my daughter and I study is Swagger, and one of the characters, Coach Naeem, one of the things he said, he was talking about one of the players, and he's talking about he got that dog in him.
Yeah,
and you just got to have a little dog in you. You got to be willing to bark and bite if necessary.
Yes,
to get to and through what you need to get to and through.
It's the by any means necessary frame of mind, and also just dealing with people. Having people skills. That was one thing that we also shared in our mentors gave us. My parents are pastors, so they gave me additional teaching on peopling. Because that's a huge skill to have, and not everybody has it, and not everyone is given the tools that they need to interact with people. And that's why when you're in a work environment and you're dealing with different personalities, if you don't know that this person over here is a garbage collector, if you don't know that this person is a mouse or whatever that characteristic that they hold, then you are like getting frustrated with them when they're doing what makes sense to them.
Right.
They can't do no better than what they perceive.
Right.
So, and it's also not your job to help them understand, even in your leadership style, you can guide someone to a growth moment by meeting them and treating them according to their personality.
Right.
Not trying to rigmarole it into this is how they need to learn it, because it ain't gonna. Everybody has their own learning style.
Right. Everybody has their own life experiences.
Yes.
The educators who are watching, this is the whole kinesthetic, auditory, visual, however your learner learns, they're going to learn it that way and get over it. You literally, if you're going to be the teacher, figure it out. Go find, and it's not something that's hidden. If you learn how to pay attention to people, you'll see that. You'll see every bit of it. But you have got to get away from your narcissistic moment and thinking that it's all about you, and get to the heart of, oh, it's not all about me. As a matter of fact, because it's not all about me, I better learn something about somebody else.
Yeah.
Because that person who you think is the lowest or the lowly is the person that you need to get to your next place.
Absolutely.
You've been needing them, but because you didn't think anything of them, you've been missing it.
Yeah.
Why can't you move? Because you won't let yourself. You won't open your eyes and see it. It's on you, boo.
Yeah, it is. It is, especially as the leader. You're at the top, and your organization, your followership, as you say, can only go so high as your perception, the things that you understand, the things that your expertise has to continuously elevate and grow and get bigger and bigger so that the people under you can continue to rise as well. That's what you want. All sails rise together.
Right. And also it's allowing that space for the people under you to rise. Sometimes we get stuck because we're so busy trying to suppress those who aren't at the top.
Yes. Or micromanage them.
Right. But that means that we're that time management again. We're taking our time when we could be growing and doing other things ourselves, but we're too busy
Yeah.
Oh, let me look at this. Oh, you didn't put 2 periods here. Oh, I don't like that space. Oh, you spent so much time being nitpicky. And not because you had to, but because you felt like you needed to lead something. That's what leadership feels like to you, that you missed your own moment and these other things are walking right past you, but you're too busy staring
It's
at
the
this.
perfection. It's the perfection, syndrome of like, did we finish? Did we finish well? Are there things we can improve on? Always.
Always.
Always. That is what we do. That's what we do after the project is finished. We come back around, we have what we call a post-mortem. We have a discussion, a recap. What went well? What was a hot mess and needs to be fixed? And how do we put a strategy in place to make these things come over here into we did a job well done. But in the moment, it's like, let's get it done, as long as it doesn't blow up in flames. Then and only then come get me. That's the only time. Okay, this is really, it's about to blow up. Okay, what do we need to do to support this person right now, instantaneously, to make sure that we do not, not have sound when Jane Fonda is speaking on television last night when she's getting a Lifetime Achievement Award? How do we make sure that doesn't happen?
Let's do that.
I was literally like, the producers must be losing their minds right now.
It was lots of words being said.
Lots of words being
got bleeped out
on the walkie-talkie. Like, what the? Get her! Oh no!
Oh, there was yelling. There was yelling. There was screaming.
Oh yeah, someone is not getting hired next year.
Oh no!
Oh, they lost that opportunity.
Yes, they are going to have to reframe their everything.
Yeah,
and they're probably trying to mend their behind for the new hole.
Yeah, I hated for that audio team. Bless them.
Ooh,
Bless them.
Oh my! And that book is gonna stop somewhere, and it is not gonna be good.
Because it's like, yeah, well, you can't even hear it. Like that happened on Usher too. I feel like he had some audio issues when he was getting Lifetime Achievement Award. But yeah.
Yeah. But there goes to do your job, focus on the thing you need to focus on.
Yeah.
And also be ready to troubleshoot immediately. when something's not right. But I like what you said about this idea of allowing something to not be perfect. I think that so many people don't do things and are stuck because they're waiting for it to be perfect. They haven't started the business. They haven't written the book. Well, they haven't published the book. Some people have written 78 books and nobody has ever read them because they are not perfect. Because, I found something I needed to fix.
I don't know about you, but I absolutely love people. People are amazing, but people also get on my very last nerve. People be peopling. And because of this, there are shirts available. You can get a shirt, get a sweatshirt, there are tumblers, all kinds of great things to remind us that when we want to get frustrated, we just know people be peopling. Available now on my website, www.drrenitaweb.com.
Let me tell you, I have 4 books on the shelf right now, and I promise you I have gone through every single one of them after they've gone through editing. I'm like, that sentence.
Yeah.
Ooh, if I could have just. And you know what? Sometimes that becomes another book.
Yeah.
That becomes the next book. But because I am a recovering perfectionist. I am so excited to be in recovery.
Yes.
And because I'm a recovering perfectionist, I allow my go for it to let me go for it, because that's part of fear. Perfectionism is fear.
Yes, it is. I learned this one of my mentors, one of my business mentors, told me one time. She was like, Stephanie, put the shitty first draft out. And I was like, but she was like, put it out. Put it out. Because guess what? If you have to go back and edit it, ain't nobody gonna know. And also, you think about all the books I think about I'm in this women's group right now, and we're reading The Artist's Way, and like the ability to just go, the amount of additions that there are to The Artist's Way. I think I think it's by Julia Cameron. She wrote this book in the 70s, and there's probably at least 4 to 5 revisions that she's re-released after the book has been out. And so for me, it's literally like, okay, well, I did it. Okay, I did it. It's out. Y'all are buying it. It is making an impact on the people that it has touched so far. And I can add revisions anytime I want. And then I can republish said book and update. Okay. Get volume 2. I mean, get, edition 2, second edition. I like whatever that is. It's like the very first time I ever produced Diva Simply Singing with Shirley Ralph. The show was cool. I'm looking back at my work like, that was cool. That was cool. It was not excellent. It was not like, and they had been doing the show for 25 years, between 23 and 25 years at that time. And I was literally coming into a ship that was already already in motion. And so I was like, I can, I did the best that I could with what was presented for me that year. And then the next year we were able to grow. And the next year we were able to grow. And then we took it on television. And I was like, now we're cooking. Now we're like getting in our groove. But if I had said to myself, oh, you failed.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't get the talent that we wanted for this. Oh, the time didn't work out. Oh, the script wasn't as perfect as it could have been. Oh, whatever that excuse is, I call it an analysis paralysis. Don't get into a place where you're going to literally shut down your purpose. Your purpose, people, because you are worried about the way the first draft is going to look. Nobody's first draft looks good, honey. That's what a first draft is. But the point is, you're moving in the right direction. You're moving in the direction of forward.
Hello.
Of forward, not stagnation, not complacency, not analysis. Excuse me, analysis paralysis. We're moving in the direction of forward. So I got the first one out. Great. Am I proud of it? Yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud that I did that, because now I can only get better.
Right.
The only direction is forward and up, or it's nowhere.
Right. And my thing is, and I think what people need to realize too, you can go back and reflect.
Absolutely.
Go back and review.
Please do.
Oh, chapter 3 was no. Let's know to chapter 3. You can focus group it. You can get other people's opinions if you need it. Like, you can do that. But in order to get an opinion, in order to have the focus group, it has to exist.
Yes. Yes.
So I've been telling people that I'm writing a new book, because I am writing a new book. And I said, I have an order form. It exists. Has anybody seen it? No. But are there dates on it? There are. Do I work with a publishing house that's giving me a deadline? Absolutely not. And have I given myself a deadline? Absolutely. So I am just waiting until next month.
Why?
No, to put the sheet out, because it's on my time.
Right.
To put the pre-order out, because is the book done? Heck, you balls, no. It's not. But is it well on its way? Absolutely. Because by the date that I put on there, it's going to be out and in people's hands, because I have put that date on there. Why? Because I decided it would sell.
Okay.
But I'm also allowing myself to write this book in the time I am writing it, because it was supposed to be out before my last book. Hello, somebody. Sometimes things come.
Yes. And the direction is like, okay, we're going to do this redirection.
And you go for it has to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I did. And a wonderful book came out of that. But you put these dates on yourself sometimes, and you allow yourself to say your yes to you. And this book is coming out. Whatever it is at that moment is going to be this book. It may be edition 1 of 6, but this book is coming out because it's too important to this time not to come out.
Mm-hmm.
But my recovering perfectionism, which was clearly attached to fear.
Yeah.
The fear of not being perfect, and the fear of somebody questioning what I did, the fear of somebody having something to say and it being a legit thing. You can have something to say and it may be legit. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I can fix that. Or I am not going to fix that. It was exactly how I intended it to be. But either way.
Yeah, I think also, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I was saying, but I think that's my excitement in life right now too. I'm excited about not being afraid of people to see what I am releasing.
Yes. I think that is, that's really powerful. And I think something that I've really learned recently about that specific piece of fear of just, your imposter syndrome, just rising up and saying you can't, you aren't worthy, blah, 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 all the things that are, we'll hear in our subconscious mind say is likely linked to a time in your childhood life where you were faced with a scenario where you did not feel worthy to show up fully. And so it's going back to her and saying, guess what? It's safe to come out now. We are worthy, we are loved, we are held and supported in this moment, and we don't have to be afraid anymore. Like, that is literally us going back to nurture the part of us that was wounded.
Yes.
As a kid, as a teenager, as an early, a young adult. Like, where in your life did that become a negative feedback loop? Where did you get into the place where you said, well, if I do this thing or if I put myself out there, I'm going to be judged. It's not going to be good enough. Like, where did that come from? Going back and really taking inventory and then clearing it and saying, guess what? You're safe now. That part of our lives is over. We have closed the chapter and we are moving forward. And now, whatever date you put on that book, whatever you decide, the pre-sale form can go up today, as far as I'm concerned, because it's not ready. It's a pre-sale form. So fill it out and you'll be the first to know when it is. Great. Whatever that date is.
Right.
I'll have to put a date. You can you can start putting a countdown clock when it's, when it's like maybe 15 days out. But that don't have to be today. But people can start pre-ordering that book. You got a synopsis.
And
you got a book cover.
Absolutely.
It can go up today.
Well,
that's my 2 cents.
Gentlemen, you're the first now the book at least going on pre-sale today. And once again, we were talking about village, people around you, which is a great segue because the name of the book is Village Minded.
There you go.